Rangers have trouble with the Padres, but sweep the Rays. This is the Roundup. What is going on, Ranger fans? Welcome in. Hope everybody had a fun, safe 4th of July weekend. Got out to the ballpark for some baseball. Rangers hosted the Padres for 3 games and then hosted the Rays for 3 as well. They hit the road today, actually, go out west, but we'll talk more about that later. Like I said, they had some issues with the Padres. The Rays they handled, right? No problem, none at all. Let's dive right into it. Here we go. They were off on Monday. This is a Tuesday game. Rangers win 7-0. This is when you're like, okay, we're here, baby. We're back. We're ready. Let's go. Eovaldi's on the bump. He gets the win. He's 5-3 now with a 3.15 ERA. Cease gets the loss. He's 7-7 with a 4.24 ERA. It's a two-hit shutout. What are you gonna do? Rangers put up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, and that's it. 7 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Padres 0 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Player of the game is Nathan Lowe, 2 for 4, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, 2 runs. Ooh, buddy. Your top performers is obviously Eovaldi's number 1 here. He gets the win. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 earned runs with 6 strikeouts. Just talked about Lowe's stats. He's number 2. And then Taveras went 2 for 3. He had 2 doubles, a walk, RBI, and 2 runs. 2 homers by the Rangers versus none for the Padres. Obviously, both of them were Lowe's. 22 total bases versus the Padres 2. So you're feeling good. Like, you're just like, hey, you're in heaven at this point. No stolen bases by either team. Rangers left 6 on, Padres left 2. And then the lone error, as I mentioned before, was by the Padres. So you're like, jackpot, right? Feeling great, rolling in. Let's go. Let's get this party started. It's going to be a good holiday week. And then, they drop 1. It's not terrible, but Padres win 6-4. Morahan gets the win. He's 2-1 with a 2.45 ERA. Dunning gets the loss. He's 4-7 now with a 4.71 ERA. Suarez gets the save. His 21st of the year, 1.05 ERA. Dude's lights out essentially. Padres score 2 in the third. Rangers bounce back with 3 in the third. Take the lead. Tack 1 more on in the fourth. Padres score 1 in the fifth, 6th, and 2 in the 7th. Nothing else is heard from the Rangers. Padres put up 6 runs on 13 hits, no errors. Rangers 4 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Yeah, it's tough stuff. All your top performers are, Padres. I'll say this, Jerison Profar, that's a name if you've been watching the Rangers for any extended period of time. It's like you're glad to see him do so well, but you hate when he does it against the Rangers. He went 2 for 4, had a walk, run, a stolen bag. But anyways, 2 homers by the Padres, none for the Rangers. 20 total bases by the Padres, 13 for the Rangers. 5 stolen bases, 5 for the Padres. 10 left on versus the Rangers 6, and no errors. This is a clean sheet game. So, Padres bounce back. Like, all right, 6-4. We put up a couple runs. Could have used a couple more, but it is what it is, right? And then you're like, here comes the rubber match, baby. Let's get the party started, and or let's win this, and it just didn't work out. Everything went quiet. And Padres win 3-1. Padres put up 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Rangers 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. Got some hits in there, just couldn't get them across, get them to home. But, it is what it is. King gets the win. He's 7-5 with a 3.51 ERA. Scherzer gets the loss. He's 1-2, a 2.70 ERA. Suarez again with the save. 22nd of the year, 1.02 ERA. Padres score first in the fourth. They put up 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh. Rangers only got that 1 in the 6th. Again, another Scherzer start with 0 run support. The dude's doing his job. The bats ain't showing up for him, so it's a little jerky. You know what I mean? Players of the game, actually, King and Langford, both. You got a fan vote and MLB vote. Langford went 1 for 3, had a walk, 2 strikes, 2 strikeouts, RBI. A solo homer was by the Padres. They had 14 total bases versus the Rangers 7. Stolen base by the Rangers. 7 left on by the Rangers versus the 5 for the Padres. And you're like, okay, it's like you get this. It's like every freaking time, right? So when they lose and they only score like 1 run, you're like, Jesus Christ, we fall right back down to earth like a freaking rock. Like, why can't we get some consistency going? They scored 7 game 1. Scored 4 in game 2, hey, all right. And then 1? But do not fret. Do not worry about these little games here and there. They will add up, and they have added up. There's a reason they've got the record that they got. But moving into the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Rangers host the Tampa Bay Rays. When they started this, they were the fourth in AL East, even though it's an extremely tough division. They showed up 500. They left under 500, guaranteed. So Rangers win 3-0, game one. Lorenzen, he got the win. He's 5-4 with a 3.21 ERA. Baz got the loss, 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA. Rangers score all 3 runs in the third. That's it. 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Rays blanked with 3 hits. 3-hit shutout. Not bad, huh? Lorenzen is your player of the game, fan and MLB vote. 5 innings pitched, 0 ERA, or 0 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks. You got Seager. He had a double, a walk, 2 RBIs, and a run. He went 1 for 3. And then, so total bases, 12 by the Rangers. Good, decent. Rays, 4. Only stolen base of the game were by the Rays. Rays left 11 on versus the Rangers, 7. And as I said, clean sheet, 0 errors. So you're like, okay, bouncing back. Only 3 runs, but pitching was there. Really shut them down. So you're excited and happy about that. Not bad. All right. Jumping over to Saturday's game. A little bit closer, obviously. Hernandez gets the win. Kelly gets the loss. Yates gets the save, 13th of the year. He's got a 0.86 ERA. Hernandez is 2-0, 3.94 ERA. Kelly, 2-1 now with a 3.72 ERA. Rangers win 4-3. Rays put up 3 runs on 7 hits, no earned runs. Rangers, 4 runs on 8 hits and 0 errors. I don't know why I said earned runs at the end there. It's been a long weekend. I pretty much drove 1,800 miles in a couple days, so I'm a little worn out. I apologize. Rangers put up a single in the second, a third, tack on 2 more in the 7th. Rays did threaten in the top of the 7th. They put up 3 runs, so they closed the gap. Simeon is your fan and MLB vote player of the game. He went 1 for 3, a homer, a walk, and 2 RBIs. Your top performers, Diaz went 3 for 3, a homer, double, walk, 3 RBIs and a run. Heaney threw 5 1/3 inning pitch, gave up 3 hits, no earned runs, had 7 strikeouts. Bradley threw 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 5 strikeouts. Both teams had a homer. Total bases in favor of the Rays, 12-11. They had the only stolen base. And then the Rays left 6 on, Rangers left 5. No errors, as I said before. Clean sheet. And then you're like, okay, hey, back to back, baby. Now you're feeling kind of good. Roll into Sunday, the sticks absolutely erupt. Rangers win 13-2. Eovaldi gets the win. He's 6-3 with a 3.10 ERA. Littell gets the loss, or Littell, I don't know. It's 3-6. He's 3-6 with a 4.44 ERA. Rays put up 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Rangers 13 runs on 19 hits and no errors. Came out of the gate hot. They score in the first. They seem they do score in the first quite a bit. They put up 1 in the first. Rays counter with 2 in the top of the third. Then Rangers blow it open in the 4th, score 6. Come back for the 5th inning, throw 3 more on them, and then 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, just to make sure, just to put them out of their misery. It was Heim time, baby. If you didn't know, now you know. Fan and MLB vote. He went 4 for 5, a homer, a double, or 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 3 runs. Dude was electric. Love seeing him hit. I'm partial. He's a catcher. Eovaldi got the win, obviously. 7 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Seager went 2 for 4, a homer, double, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs. I love when you see the sticks going, Seager's generally involved. So 3 homers in the game, 3 by the Rangers, 4 total, 3 by the Rangers, 1 by the Rays, 31 total bases by the Rangers. 30 freaking 1. They were hitting. Total bases by the Rays, 8. No stolen bases in this game. Rangers left 8 on, and the Rays left 2. No errors, as I mentioned before. So there you go. They had trouble with the Padres, bounced back, sweep the Tampa Bay Rays. Feeling good, right? You're sitting there looking at the standings. We can go ahead and go through that because the 2 matchups for the road this week are AL West opponents, So right now, Seattle Mariners, they're 49-43. They're 2 games up on the Astros, first place. Astros, as I mentioned, they're 2 games back. They're 46-44. Rangers are in third, 6 games back, 42-48. 3-game winning streak, though, baby. Last 10, they're 5-5. They're starting to kind of right the ship a little bit. We'll see what happens. Angels are 37-52. They're 10.5 games back. A's, I kind of stopped talking about them, but they're 15 games back. So with this, they got the Angels for 3 games, and then they'll have the Astros for 3 games on the road. This is going to be kind of a tough stretch because the Astros they've turned it on, right? I told you it was coming. They made their move in June. They sometimes, I was like, I kind of called late June, early July. Generally July they'll fix the ship. But anyways, Angels are kind of up and down. But they got 3 in LA, 3 in Houston, and then guess what? They come home, they got to play the Orioles. And oh buddy, I mean, it just depends on what team's going to show up, right? Right now, as I mentioned, Angels being 37-52, they're 4-6 in their last 10. That's good news. Astros are 6-4 in their last 10. We do have probable pitchers available for the 3 games. Now, these are late games. Obviously, they're out on the West Coast. Every one of them starts at 8:38 Central Time. They're Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Game 1, John Gray's going to hit it. 3 for 4, 3.92 ERA with 71 strikeouts. Davis Daniel, he's a righty. He's 1-1 with a 2.70 ERA, 11 strikeouts. Then we're going to have Scherz on the bump on Tuesday night. Again, if the sticks can come, he's showing up. He's doing his part. He's 1-2, 2.70 ERA with 11 strikeouts. And then he's going up against Contreras, right-handed pitcher. He's 1-1 with a 4.04 ERA, 32 strikeouts. Wednesday, Michael Lorenzen, 5-4 with a 3.21 ERA, 62 strikeouts going against Canning. He's a righty as well, 3-9, 4.87 ERA with 67 strikeouts. So these are they're decent matchups on Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday could be tough. Hopefully the sticks, they got to show up for Gray. And obviously, you're going against tough pitching. Davis Daniel, he's no slouch. He's been solid. But yeah, I think get to Tuesday and Wednesday. Now we're talking. Obviously, there's no pitching announcements for Friday or Saturday. It is what it is. They are traveling on Thursday, so hopefully I can come back, recap this on Thursday morning, get you some fresh names, some fresh notes, some fresh stats, and whatnot. Let's flip over to some injuries and moves and whatnot. So, as y'all might know, July 6th, Josh Smith, he's day-to-day with a lower body soreness. He kind of went down out in the outfield. He's day-to-day. They're going to give him some rest. He's been filling in, obviously, at third base. Dude's an all-star. Josh Smith has been amazing, and he's been making some crazy-ass plays. Woo, these highlights, I'm telling you, he's been a joy to watch. Spores, he was activated on July 5th from the 15-day injured list. Dane Dunning, he's placed on the 15-day IL. He's got a right shoulder tightness. And then, we've been talking about Dane Dunning's supposed to be back on late July, right? Great. So we're supposed to get Evan Carter back late July as well, lower back soreness. Josh Young, it's like every single time something else he hasn't swung a bat since his last rehab assignment, and that was on June 20th. And he's still sore. Everything's fine structurally, but they just keep delaying it. So now it's going to be after the All-Star break. We'll see what happens. To be honest with you, obviously you can't rush them back because it just whatever. It is what it is. It kind of sucks, but I'll tell you this: Josh Smith has filled in perfectly. But with him being a little beat up, he's day to day. What did he? They said it's a glute thing. You know what I mean? So the same soreness that caused Smith to miss a few games back in June, but he's expected to make a return hopefully for the series finale against the Rays on Sunday. And that was back on July 6th. So no updates since then. We'll see what's up. But Rangers got a tough road series. They got to come home and play the Orioles. It is rough. But I post the lineup. I try to do it every day. Like I said, I was out of town. And then I'm over on Twitter. Check me out at TX Rangers Pod. I'll post the standings, some little videos or whatever from time to time. But if you want some short content, homers, dingers, stuff like that, some highlights from games, I'd put some shorts up there on YouTube at Texas Rangers Roundup Podcast. Go over there, hit the subscribe, turn the noties on. But if you want, that's the only video you can get of this podcast at the moment. I don't do live recordings like we do on Strikeout Beer. If you're unfamiliar with Strikeout Beer, that's what started all this. That's Alan and I, our podcast. We've been doing it for like 5 or 6 years. It used to be fantasy football based, but we've kind of molded it into it's a variety show. We sit back, have some beers, talk about the beers, the drinks we're having, and sports highlights and everything else. So, but I'm going to get out of here. Hey, It's going to be late. It's going to be a long week. After a long weekend, we got some late nights ahead of us with these West Coast games for 3 days, but it is what it is. Y'all have a great week. I'll see you. Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!
Thanks for listening to the Roundup.